Good morning, Vietnam! Hey, this is not a test. This is rock and roll.
I wake up every morning in a bed that's too small, drive my daughter to a school that's too expensive, and then I go to work to a job for which I get paid too little.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. We can stay up late, swapping manly stories, and in the morning, I'm making waffles.
You're waking up with the morning app on 90.5 WASU.
Good morning. It is Monday and the first day of October.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That means, honestly, the school year's going by pretty fast. For being honest, we have fall break not this weekend, but the next. And that's the halfway point.
Wow, I didn't even think about it that way.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's October 12th and 13th-ish.
That's a good point. Wow. That came by quick.
I know, right? And then I guess that is the halfway point. So then you only have November and a few weeks in December, and then it's Christmas break. So technically the first semester is almost over.
Almost halfway.
We're going to make it. We are going to make it. But first off, alumni takeover was last Friday here at WASU, and it was a smashing hit, was it not, Katie?
Yeah, I thought it was really fun all day just because all the alumni that come in, that like they all used to be on WASU and they all just love it so much. And it's just like really cool to hear their experiences and like how far the station's even come from like the 80s and stuff. They're like, we didn't have any of this equipment, and I think it's just really cool. And then also the alumni, Jeff Merritt, he was the one that really helped organize everything and like get all the alumni back together to come. He was saying that all the alumni, he's like, I guarantee you that every last one of them will cry by like before the end of the day, because that's how much the station means to them. Like just being back, even though this wasn't the building that they were in at all, like it still just means that much to them, like WASU. And I think that's so cool because it's something that I think that I definitely take for granted, like being here, like how lucky we are to have this station.
I think a lot of it is because of how much easier it is for us just because it's digital. We get to focus more on the business of the school or the station, which is really cool. You know, we're able, like the students run it, which is really awesome. But at the time, you know, they didn't have the convenience of being able to just click a button and then a song comes on like we do on our show and stuff like that. They had to like manually do it and time everything right. A lot of them would, their morning show was doing it Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
From 6 to 9 or something. Or
That's
6
wild.
to 10. Yeah.
Oh, poor people.
They put a lot of work into it. And honestly, like, I don't think we would be here if it weren't for their hustle and their passion for the station. So 100%.
Well,
it's awesome.
We had the very first guy call in out of the blue, the very first man to put WASU on the air. He called in during the opening hour of the show, or second hour, I think, start of the second hour. And I mean, it was really cool to hear him talk because he was one of the originals. His name was Dr. Dave, as they call him. And it was really good. Like alumni got to talk to him and just pick his brain and I guess thank him for giving them the opportunity to come on. But at the same time, all the alumni, like you said, Katie and Dovy, they were going throughout the entire building. They showed us the little board in there and they were telling us how they used to work it, because usually it's just a bunch of knobs and switches and we always used to just play with it, but they told us what each knob and switch did and how it worked for them. But at the end of the day, it was just good. They all walked around and saw the old photos that we had, that we found, and they were all identifying themselves. It got pretty wacky. Apparently we found out that back in the day they wanted WASU to have a mascot, and they picked a gorilla costume. And the gorilla costume was their mascot. And we have a lot of old photos of it at the football games, it's at parties.
Can we bring that back?
We can bring that back.
It's really creepy. I like it. I think we need a mascot, but I highly enjoy it. It's got WASU across its chest, and it's just all black gorilla mascot.
Just like a black and gold gorilla with WASU, maybe.
Man, we need that for tailgates.
Yeah, we can make that happen, I think.
Yeah.
If whoever's committed enough to just dress up like a gorilla.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, we could do it. Is there a better mascot we could have other than a gorilla, or does the gorilla work?
I think it's, I mean...
Like, I don't know what signifies
like paying
a gorilla.
a tribute to, like, our past.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, but I like the gorilla costume. A lot of people thought it was weird, and thought looking back, like, yeah, we definitely shouldn't have done it. But there's a lot of old like party photos as well. I don't know who's just taking photos at these parties, but we have a whole bunch of party photos from the alumni back in the day. And it's pretty weird. We saw a couple of them like, oh, wow, I had hair and I had like a beard, and they all looked at their younger selves. They're like, what happened?
Yeah.
But
Life.
I can imagine the old photos of the gorilla at the football game, like in the background, like Bigfoot kind of, walking around.
I mean, it was pretty close. We had a couple like
doing that
blurry
walk.
ones.
That like
The little
motion. Yeah.
And then we saw like the old football stadium and everything as well. It was just very, very old and interesting to see them back in the day. But I think it was a good overall takeover. A lot of people had fun. A couple people were very rambunctious and yelling on the air. But
Really?
oh yeah, we had one guy come in and he said some stuff, and he was extreme. Yeah, he really didn't care about any of the rules, and he went on and. Yeah.
It's like the FCC won't let me be.
Oh, yeah. We're really hoping that they didn't hear it during that hour. But ultimately, it was very fun. And, I mean, it's always great to have them come back. You learn a lot. You meet a lot of contacts as well. And we met a lot of people and a lot of contacts. And overall, it was
awesome.
good Friday.
Yeah, it was fun. A
Yeah.
whole lot of fun.
But other than that, the weekend, it was the homecoming game as well. And I don't know if this has anything to do with the alumni, but there's a lot more trash everywhere after the game. A lot more trash.
My mom said that one time when she was sitting up in like the actual seats, like not in the student section, because I mean I've never really been up in the like actual seats, but she said that when she turned around, that there was like airplane bottles all over the ground, like all around her, like from like where like all the adults were, and she's like, the student section doesn't look like that. Like there are airplane bottles all over the place. She's like, that's my generation doing this. Like,
Oh, yeah.
oh my goodness,
Millennials.
I know.
All clean.
Sorry, millennial.
Ruining the littering system.
The littering system.
Gosh.
So maybe I don't
Well,
know.
I feel like they come back and they're like, we have no obligations anymore. We're not children. We can do what we want. We're cool. Let's show them youngins how to
Yeah,
actually
maybe.
party. And then they get,
And they wake.
I feel like that's
four
what it was.
shots in. They wake up in the morning. They're like, I'm never doing this again.
they wake up and instantly find themselves
My
in a retirement
metabolism
home.
isn't what
Yeah,
it was.
Oh, right. I
My
gotta go
hair.
to work.
But, I mean, the game was fun. It was another blowout, but
Yeah.
I mean, it was great to have all the alumni back because we did see a lot of people that have graduated from here, that have graduated in general to come back. And
Yeah.
it feels like it was really earlier this year, which I think it was, homecoming
Yeah,
weekend.
no, because last year I think it was like the week after.
Yeah. But still, it's always great to have everybody back. And now we can focus on the rest of the school year without having to worry about them coming back. And because it is one of the busiest days for us. Alumni takeover was a lot.
Yeah, we were slammed.
Yeah.
It was fun though.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was fun, and we'll do it again next year. But obviously, if you're an alumni out there listening, of course, every year we have it here at WASU. So just come back, contact the station, and you can be back on the air if you're an alumni. But of course, it was a lot of fun, and now we're going to be celebrating the end of September here on the Morning App.
And now back to your favorite morning talk show, The Morning App, on 90.5 WASU.
Here in Boone, there are a ton of things to do, but that also means there's a ton of things to do at night.
At night.
At night.
It is the Morning App here, and we're about to talk some late night adventures and what some of your favorite things to do out there are. Of course, I mean, it is a nature town, so you can literally go out and just wander around and do whatever in the wilderness.
In the wilderness. Yeah, it is cool to go like stargazing, like go out to the parkway or something.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a fun late night thing.
As long as it's not cloudy, which always seems to be the issue, or foggy.
Yeah.
Because I've planned those, adventures at night, and you go out and it's so pitch just gray out there in the fog, and you're like, well, this is a bad idea. Definitely can't see.
Yeah.
You can look at the lights on the mountains.
It also gets so cold, though, because it'll be, like, really hot during the day, and you'll be like, oh, I'm going to the parkway. Like, it's really warm earlier. I'm just going to, wear, shorts and a T-shirt, and it's, freezing. It's, a -5 somehow. Like, how did that happen?
Yeah.
And then you could go to places as well. Of course, Walmart always it's open till 11, I think.
No, it's open 24
Dude,
hours.
I'm pretty sure, it's 24/7.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I literally went last night,
That's
12.
Wally World. I like to do this fun thing where, do you know how sometimes you go to Walmart or Target or something and they have this kind of big collection of DVDs that'll be like $2 or something?
Oh, in the bins,
yeah.
My friends and I, what we'll do is we just stick our hands into that massive pile and just randomly pull one out, and whoever has the best movie wins. Because they're all okay movies, right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
But sometimes you'll pull out Lord of the Rings, and your boy picks out Air Bud, and you're like, oh, okay, now we have to debate, right? Now you have to figure out.
That actually is fun.
It's really fun. It's just a random thing you can do if you're really bored.
Yeah, I think Air Bud's better, but yeah.
So I have an adventure story.
Okay.
So one weekend last semester, all my friends, every single one of my friends had left town for the weekend. I was by myself completely.
Not starting out great, but okay.
No. So I was super bored, and I had no homework to do, nothing to do. So I decided to go for a drive, just do back roads in Banner Elk just to look around. It started to get kind of late, and it started to snow. So I'm thinking I need to turn around and go back. So I pull into this old rundown church parking lot, and there's a road that wraps around the back. So I drive down that road and drive into a ditch.
Ooh.
And I get stuck. And I'm wearing shorts and a T-shirt, and it's starting to snow super heavily now.
Oh, no.
Now,
Yeah.
wait. So you're driving on a road, and then all of a sudden you hit a ditch. Did the road just end?
It was I have a super low riding car. And the gravel road, it was had, river, stream lines through it. So my car just
Oh,
bottomed out.
cool.
Yeah. And so I get out of my car and I call the cops because I have no one to come pick me up or do anything. Mm-hmm. And they reroute me to a tow truck company because they don't want to come out for some reason.
Yeah.
And then they say they don't go there. So I call another one. They say they don't go there. So I call another one and they say they don't go there. So I'm in the woods and no one's going to come get me. So that third tow truck company, I say look, y'all got to come get me or I'm going to freeze to death out here. So I'm waiting for this tow truck company to come, and I'm waiting out front by the church, and it's super windy now, and I'm shaking and
Why would you not stay in the car?
Because I didn't want to run out of gas. I was almost out of gas.
Well, you could have just turned off the car and sat in the car.
That's true.
Well,
True.
the
We also
car,
already snowed on.
the car, the back road was in the woods, and they said they didn't know where I was, so I told them I'd stand out by the road so they could see me.
That's fair.
And the wind starts blowing now, and unbeknownst to me, the church has one of those old bells,
Yeah.
and the wind's blowing, and then the bell dong, dong, in the middle of the night. Just
Yeah.
oh no, stop, please. But eventually they showed up, and it was all good.
Whew. And they got your car out and everything?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Even in the snow?
Yeah, a little.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
$200 later,
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. But I think driving in the snow is one of the best part. I love doing it when you're up here in Boone, especially when there's no lines on the road or anything. I think that's a lot of fun because you literally get to make your own lane, and all the cars with you, by your side and behind you, also know that you get to make your own lane, and they all trust each other. And I remember coming out of a movie, I think sophomore year or freshman year, I came out of a movie, and the whole ground was covered in snow, and we all got to make our own lanes, and it was pretty easy. No one crashed into each other.
It's nice to be in a city where if it does snow, everybody's fine. Like, no one freaks out. I'm originally from Raleigh, and if you get 1 inch, it's just the apocalypse. Like, people lose their minds. Like, everything shuts down. Nobody's ready to do anything. But here, it's kind of like, oh yeah, let's just do some donuts. It's fine, you know.
But yeah, any other late night adventures? Because I mean, I think it is always great to do the Parkway, just to wander around. I like going for runs, but
really,
Runs?
oh yeah, runs at night.
Late at night?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
As a female, that's usually not
Well,
good.
okay. Yes, you are right. But as a guy,
Yeah.
I like going for a run at night.
That's interesting. Yeah, I really like going for late night drives. I feel like those are fun. Like, even if you're not going anywhere, like, unless you go on, like,
Despite.
a back road that has a ditch, then, but, like, I mean, I usually think that's fun just to kind of ride around, like, listen to music. Like, I don't know. It's just kind of a nice time to think. And, like,
it does.
I don't
It
know.
helps you kind of detox all the stress in your brain and stuff for some reason.
And
I
it's
don't know
also
why.
like, no one's going to intrude you unless someone like hits you up on your phone or something. Then like you're alone in the car,
Yeah.
No
but
one's gonna. I don't know.
Moral of the story: stay on the real road. That is what we learned here today. But sticking with the September-October theme, we got sweater weather here on the morning app.
on 90.5 WASU and WASUradio.com.
It is a Monday, which means it is time for, it's not really a game, it's just like a segment, but would you rather? And we got some good ones for you three to discuss, and we're going to kick it off right away. Would you rather be born a super genius but slowly lose your intelligence as you age, or be born with the lowest level of intelligence but slowly become more intelligent as you age?
I feel like the first one is real for everybody.
I was gonna say it's kind of like, I guess,
Except you're a super genius right from the get-go.
well, it depends on the level of decay and the genius. Like if you're starting off with an IQ of like 200, and let's say you lose one IQ a year, then you're technically I'd pick that one, right?
What's the highest IQ you can get?
I
Does
don't
anyone
know. I don't know. I know that.
You're a super genius, so it doesn't apply to you.
I don't know.
You could be like Lex Luthor or something.
100's like the base average, and so I would assume 200 around there.
The highest IQ score ever recorded was between 250 and 300.
Okay, so that's probably like Newton level.
It was some guy, William James Sidis. Don't know who he is.
You know, he goes around though. He's like, well, my IQ is 254, so
You know, it's a pretty big deal.
kind of a big deal, yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like if you start at the lowest intelligence level and then work your way up to being the smartest person ever, if you start out and you're like, okay, I'm a 5-year-old and I can figure out gravity and whatever else.
Yeah, I want to pick that one where I start off with the lowest amount and then gradually get better, because I like progression and I like to prove people wrong and stuff.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, he's so dumb. And then they meet me like 10 years later and they're like, okay, huh. I don't remember him being this average.
Dovy, the guy that came out with time travel.
And then like I'll be like 60. And if I just keep going and working at it, right? My IQ will go up.
Yeah, I feel like once you get older, like a lot of people, once they do get older, they get frustrated, like with their bodies or like even their minds, like kind of betraying them and like not being able to do the things they used to do. And so I feel like being able to have that intelligence when you're older would help you, like, I don't know, just stay resilient and like not like frustrated.
And give back. Give back wisdom. Like
Yeah,
I
there you
was dumb too when I was young.
Yeah.
I feel like if you started out really smart, the expectation would like continue.
True.
And so
Yeah.
as you got less intelligent, like you'd start off, you'd get like great jobs.
Yeah.
But then like what you
That's
said
true.
with progression, you'd like start out in kind of the lowest spot and then get there eventually.
And that'd be really frustrating too. You know, when you're like,
It would at
I
first.
can't, why can't I figure out this algorithm anymore? You know,
Yeah.
why can't I fathom this, the concept of the fifth dimension? I don't know what smart people think about.
And you could
but-
even like lose your job
wouldn't
or
know.
something. Yeah.
yeah.
If you like if you didn't know how to solve things anymore, like it
Yeah.
could cause like problems, like I don't know, like losing your job or something.
Sure.
That'd be really frustrating.
Yeah, I think we're going with the second one where you slowly start out and then you become intelligent, because I want to show people that I am smart. I can do this. I'm going to show my 5th grade teacher. But the next one, would you rather have to watch TV upside down or listen to music backwards?
Wait, so upside down, like just the screen is reversed, or
Yeah.
you're physically
Well,
upside down?
Oh man.
I would think it.
Do you know what I mean?
There
There's a
was
difference.
this one lady whose eyes were, she was born and her eyes were upside down. So she like saw everything upside down. She had to like read upside down. She put her TV on upside
But the thing
down.
but then that becomes normal, even, you know,
True.
Yeah.
if that happens. I mean, technically, that's how our eyes work initially. Is everything is perceived upside,
Refracted.
yeah, and then it's flipped. I think the brain flips it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You all just said yep like it's just common knowledge. What?
Yeah, you never heard that?
Something to do with the
No,
lenses
so when you
and
Yeah,
stuff.
so when you are birthed,
So no. I mean,
No,
everything
like,
is
just
everything's.
now.
It's just that when everything goes through the lenses of your eyes, I think. Don't quote me on this. We'd have to double check. We'll do it after the break, maybe. But
maybe.
when it goes through the lenses, it's the image is actually flipped in upside down.
Oh, but it's not that you physically see it upside down.
No,
oh,
your
that's what I thought you
brain,
meant.
I think, will
Yeah,
fix
flip
the
it. Brain
issue,
flips it.
and it like says,
Okay.
no, that's up right.
See, okay, so maybe it wasn't the eyes; it was just something inside of it. Then for
Yeah.
that one lady, I
Yeah.
thought you meant like when you first come out and you're birthed, like everything's upside down, and eventually it switches back.
No.
The
Okay.
Stranger Things
Pennywise.
theme.
Everything upside down.
But
What was the
I-
question again?
Would
Yeah.
you rather have to watch TV upside down? And I'm thinking just flip the TV screen because
Okay.
if you watch it upside down, you would have a lot of like blood going to your
Yeah.
brain, and that might be detrimental. But so watch it upside down or listen to music backwards.
Yeah. Depending on which music you listen to, you could accidentally like summon the devil or something.
Right. I mean,
And also, yeah, it'd be hard if people are like singing along to a song and you're like, I don't know these words. Like you only know like the backwards version.
You're just like shmur, shmur, shmur.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
it
those are
wouldn't
the
make sense.
lyrics.
that'd be a talent. I would probably, like, let's say, like, there's no loophole or anything. I'd probably pick listening to music normal and then having to watch things upside down. Because I don't really watch too much TV, but I do listen to a lot of music in between, like, life in general, right? Like, if I'm going to watch TV, it's usually something I have to take time out of and just do separately. But music is something I incorporate to, like, working out or going to the bus, walking. I even like playing music. So does that mean that people would have to like play music backwards in order for me to?
Yeah, true. Because you technically be listening to yourself. So like, how would that?
Oh gosh.
Would you just like play it normal and then you'd hear it backwards? Like,
Whoa.
Now, see, I pulled up the lyrics to the Happy song, and I
Okay.
have the chorus right here. So if you read it backwards from the chorus, you got do it, wanna you, what, that, like, feel you, if, a long clap, happy I'm because you too.
why would you look up that song? Of all
I don't know. I was trying to think of like
Of all-
just one that people would know, and I feel like everyone loves that song. I don't know why. I don't like it, but
Yeah.
I just figured everyone would know that one. What that one is.
Okay. So when I
Yeah.
was thinking backwards, I was thinking, you know how like there's those like kids who can just flip or like just people in general who can like flip words and like say it to you backwards. Like you can give them a word and they'll like say it backwards. Like that's what I was thinking. Not like the whole like just lyrics.
That's
are
what I
just
was
like
thinking. It's
reversed.
like you
Oh.
just play it in reverse.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's what
yeah.
I
It's
was
like
thinking.
hello.
Oh,
It's like that.
I was thinking you
Pass
just
your tired.
play it backwards, as in you start at the end and go to the beginning.
Like every syllable is reversed
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like the would be it hits. Or
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, but I think I would pick the music over the
TV. Yeah, I think I'd watch it upside down. You can watch
Yeah.
upside down, still know what's going on. Yeah,
Exactly.
Okay, cool. And one last one. Would you rather give up meat or all dairy products?
Oh god.
All dairy.
Yeah, I can't give up meat.
Because I don't really, I don't really enjoy milkshakes or ice cream or any of that.
Now, that's
stuff.
crazy.
See,
I
ice
don't.
cream,
It's
I
just-
can't give up ice cream. Like solely because like I need dairy.
So you're giving up meat?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need ice cream.
Ice cream or bacon, I have to give up ice cream. Like
Yeah.
ice cream's good. No
Yeah, yeah.
question there.
No,
but
that's
like
fine.
We're not yelling
I
at
don't
you.
eat it as commonly as I eat bacon. You know?
During the break,
Yeah.
we're like screaming at each other.
No, yeah, I'm giving up dairy. I can't go without meat. You
Well,
gotta have
That's just
Fine.
utterly wrong.
Okay, and with that, we're gonna go to break. Dead Leaves and the Dirty Ground on the morning app.
And now back to the morning app on 90.5 WASU.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
That music can only mean one thing. It is time once more for our relationship segment. And we are going to go the absolute most clicheist route ever. Fall date ideas. Yeah, shocking.
Oh my gosh.
But no, seriously, does anybody have any good fall date ideas? Of course, you could do the basic, go for a hike, go for a picnic. I like picnics. I think that's a nice one. I do like that. I think that's cute, especially with all the leaves. Bring your rake. You guys can rake leaves together. You know, do some chores around the house.
We can go to my place and make the yard.
Yeah, I think something I was thinking about was learning to bake some kind of dessert. Like, not just baking it for fun, but maybe even baking it to kind of master it and have something to put on the plate for, like, Thanksgiving.
And
right?
not just cookies, but something
like an apple pie. Yeah, you got, I don't know. That's
something
the only thing.
big. Pumpkin pie,
some kind of pie.
Really,
some kind of
doesn't have to be a pie.
Some kind of, like, I don't know, just something pumpkin related, you know?
Well, it doesn't have to be pumpkin related. It can be just a dessert. I like the dessert idea, Dovy. Run with it.
Yeah,
go fly.
That's usually, it's just kind of like, that gives you something to kind of fall back on too for real. If you have no idea, what do we do? Oh, we can try that recipe again. Maybe I think you know what it was. We had too much whipped cream on it, you know, or like something, and then you always have something to fall back on.
Yeah, you know what it was? It was.
You can't even say it with a straight face anymore.
It was no talent. That's what it was. Yeah, we just suck at cooking.
We're human.
We're human, but
also I feel like
idea.
Cooking would be kind of fallish, especially if it was something warm, you know, like cookies or like a cake or like pie or something that's like warm, like comfort food.
Mm-hmm. You know what I want to do?
Baking in general.
Yeah.
I want to launch pumpkins off of something. Did you just want to like throw giant pumpkins off like a mountain or a cliff?
It sound like alumni. Just like,
oh my god,
just throw it in a lot.
Build a trebuchet and just launch
I mean, that'd be cool.
That'd be fun.
A slingshot. I don't know how.
Okay, well, that's just us being boys. We're like, dude, I would totally build a trebuchet.
I think that sounds fun.
I think people in general would enjoy a trebuchet.
Yeah.
That would be.
They're not that hard to make.
What do you is that?
I made one before.
That's like those catapults that are like slingshots. They don't just like throw it. They like have a string and it like when you launch whiplashes it.
You got that arm and the weight brings down the arm and the arm's attached to that rope and then it slings it.
Have you seen that video? There's like I don't even remember. I think it was from like the Amazing Race or something. They were like launching watermelons and they're trying to like hit this target, right? And then the girl like pulls back the watermelon and it slings back and like hits her in the face.
I've seen that.
Funniest thing. And like just right in the face, like this watermelon, and you know that has to hurt. Like
dude,
so
that
bad.
has to
it like breaks
so bad.
like
it
on
has
her
to
face.
Taste so good and hurt so bad. You know what I mean?
On her face.
And she like wasn't even expecting it, because she was just like launching.
She was
my
about
gosh!
To, like, turn back to like look at her
Imagine,
friend.
You can't eat watermelon after that either. Like, you're not gonna be able to just look at a watermelon and not feel that. And it's oh my gosh! But you want to have it because it's a watermelon. It's delicious. It's like
you should watch the video. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, if you can find it. Oh man,
we'll go look it up over the break.
But I feel like that's what would be on my mind. Like while doing that, I'd be so afraid because I feel like, what if it comes back and hits me in the face?
So we have trebuchets. We have baking.
Yeah, you could carve the pumpkins beforehand and then go find like a clip to throw it off.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Carve a scary face into the pumpkin before you launch it.
I think a memorable date was if you take you and whoever you're going with into the woods, and unbeknownst to them, you have a friend dressed as Jason Voorhees.
No.
I didn't say it'd be a good date, but it'd be a memorable one.
I don't know who that is, but
that's the like hockey mask dude.
He was in The Exorcist.
Friday the 13th.
I was like, that doesn't sound right. Like, I don't watch horror movies, but that doesn't sound right.
Do you guys know of any like cities nearby that you could go explore and adventure, like Asheville or anything like that you could go on a date for a day? Like, that's always really fun. Maybe like go to Johnson City and check out what's there or something.
Yeah, I mean, Asheville's pretty cool in the fall. They do have a couple trails, and they have like the Krabby Gardens, I think, or Craggy, one of those. I don't remember which one, but that was nice in the fall. Make sure it's a semi-warm day, because we went when it was kind of cold, and it was very spooky. It looked really cool, but it was extremely cold. We still did it anyway, but it was really fun. And Johnson City you could explore as well.
Yeah, there's some stuff.
I think
Johnson
there's like a
City is
woolly
cool.
worm festival happening somewhere near here.
Yes, up in Banner Elk.
I don't know when that is. I gotta look it up.
What?
Ooh.
I gotta look it up. I don't know when that is, but it's fun.
always near the end of October, like the 22nd or something, like somewhere around that time. I think that's when it was last year, but like it's really cool. I don't know. It's like a really weird thing, because it seems like, okay, that's not going to be fun at all. But like I grew up going to it, and like I don't know, the community around it, like all the people in that area just love the Woolly Worm Festival. So it's cool. They have like races with the woolly worms. Like they literally have strings, like, and then they do races, and then the winning worm, like overall, is the one that predicts
the weather.
What the winter is going to be like, if it's going to
Like
be a harsh or
Groundhog
mild
Day.
one. Because it's something with the stripes, because it's like orange and black striped. And so then I think it's like the bigger the black stripe is, the milder the winter. But I don't actually remember now that I think about it. But
No, it is really cool. And there's a lot of different festivals around. Just check out the surrounding areas, because a lot of places do that. You got corn mazes, you got pumpkin patches.
You should be able to find that through Facebook too, right? Usually, you can look up events, right?
Yeah.
If you want to find something, but
I assume so. But there's a lot of good ideas out there. So don't just limit yourself to staying indoors. Go out and have some fun. Enjoy the weather, because it is sweater weather, and it is nice to put on a sweater.
and it will end.
It
will soon
end.
be apartment building weather. Like, right? It'll be.
oh yeah,
You'll have to.
leave.
You won't be outside.
Yeah, you'll be trekking through the snow. But no, go out and have some fun. And we gave you some of our fall date ideas. Be careful if you build a trebuchet. But I fully
Wear a face mask. One of the
Yes.
Jason Voorhees masks.
Here is Falling on the Morning App.
And now back to your favorite morning talk show, The Morning App on 90.5 WASU.
Do not go build a trebuchet. I take everything I said back. Do not. I just watched the watermelon video. She got kerplunked. She got walloped.
That wasn't a true trebuchet, though, was it? It was more of a slingshot.
I don't
bolt,
care,
right?
Dovy.
But it's still, it's been a while since I've seen that video. Woo, my nose was like going back into my head. I was like, oh god, dude.
I thought when you meant like it hit her, like it just flipped out and kind of like gently just landed on her face.
Oh my gosh, no.
It literally shot it.
It completely exploded. Like it was
the watermelon.
The watermelon, not her face. Yeah.
Well, that's why I asked how hard like the melon was or how hard her head was, because I thought it just like landed on her head and then snapped. But
it was like it's also the thing itself was just a fun game. Like they were trying to use this catapult to slingshot at a fake knight, right? It was like a fake knight that they were supposed to hit. And oh my gosh. So she gets hit in the face with it, and then her friend was like, you have to keep going.
You have to finish.
Do you remember that? Yeah, she's like, you have to finish. You have to keep going. She's like,
it was Amazing Race
what?
or something.
Yeah,
Like they literally had to finish.
She's like, I can't. I'm only everything is ringing. I don't know what to do. Like I can't even see. And then she's like, you have to keep going. I don't know what to tell you.
That was like the first thing she said too. It wasn't like, are you okay? She's like, you can't stop. Just go.
I'm trying to win, Martha.
Yeah, we don't have time for this.
How
money over pain.
Yeah.
I don't know how she was talking. That hit her so hard. But dude, don't go build a trebuchet. Don't. Throw it off the mountain yourself. Don't. That was that was terrible to watch. But in other trebuchet unrelated news, we have a no selfie zone coming to a neighborhood near you.
Maybe. I mean, trebuchets are dangerous, but there might also be some locations that are also dangerous. Because in the past, since like 2011, I guess since like the word selfie was coined, right? A lot of people were taking selfies. People have been getting hurt in certain locations by trying to get really nice selfies. And so it looks like scientists, just people of concern, are wanting to initiate things called no selfie zones, where you can't take a selfie in that location, or like for your own personal safety. Like that's how far we've gotten with the selfie.
I also feel like that's gonna make people want to take selfies there more.
1000%. Like that's what I was about to say. Like that's a terrible
Makes it
idea.
even cooler.
They've unintentionally just made a list of great selfie locations.
Right. Yeah. It's like it's basically a challenge accepted kind of. I will get a selfie there.
Can we get like a security guard? We'll create jobs this way. We have a single security guard standing at this location day and night. I mean, they can switch off, but you just stand there and you make sure no one takes a selfie. You can't speak to him either.
Right. Or he could just take the picture for you.
It's very bizarre. I mean, like, what's the weirdest place? Like, what's the most dangerous place you've ever taken a selfie? You know, I can't think of.
I don't take selfies.
Exactly.
I'll have someone take a picture for me. I'll go ask a random person.
Get a really, really long selfie stick or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
That could still be dangerous, but I mean, either way, we learned that our scientists are extremely busy at work figuring out where to not take a selfie. I'm glad that we're solving that mystery and nothing else. But thanks for listening to the Morning App, and we'll be back Wednesday, of course. See you then.